Hi, we've been asked to talk to you today about why the AXIWI AT-350 is our preferred communications method when we're on the field refereeing. Now, traditionally, teams of three that operate in rugby or any other sport might have had radios similar to this, and the referee and the assistant referee would have carried them along with buttons somewhere, or maybe on a small microphone or around their waist. And the referee might want to check something, and he would have to press a button and transmit to the other two radios, and the assistant referee would then have to wait and press a button again and talk back to the referee. Now that's quite cumbersome at best, and at worst it takes the attention away from the game. And in an 80-minute game, for example, the referee is making over 2,000 decisions. These are decisions that we don't need to make, and we shouldn't have to. So other things that you may have seen on some of the bigger stages are standard TV mics like this, radio packs. The referee would carry two of these, one for transmitting, one for receiving. The assistant referees would do the same. They work quite well, but they are reliant on an awful lot of technology. So the referee would always be open, and he would be broadcasting to a repeater unit somewhere in the stand that's manned by a technician. That would then be broadcast back down on a different frequency so that the assistant referees could then hear it in live time all the way through. And the assistant referees would have one of these to transmit on a different frequency using a push to talk button. Only one assistant referee could talk at any one time on that system. That would go up to the repeater again and be sent down to the referee. Works well, but very expensive, very cumbersome in terms of the kit you've got to carry and the technology and the cost to make it work. So what we prefer is to use a full duplex unit from AXIWI. Now, a duplex unit is a fully open communication system. It's just like a telephone conference call, really, with multiple users talking at the same time, which means there's no need to push to talk, not just from the referee as he wouldn't with those, but certainly from the assistant referees as well. And we can have up to 6 people talking together on the same channel, on the same network. Amazingly, a staggering 250 people can listen in, but we don't need to do that. That's more for things like factories and museum visits. So when we look at that in the rugby setting, you can see here that the referee is wearing one, and it's so small. These are the units. They weigh less than 70 grams, fit in the palm of your hand. Referee in this case has got it on an armband. Most in rugby tend to use a traditional waistband, and many ARs that I've seen will wear them up here so they can have access to this silver button here. More on that in a moment. Then we've got the 2 assistant referees over there. They are working fully open and can talk at any one time. We've also got a 4th official and maybe some technical zone managers. Now, they would use a push to talk button, either this silver button on the front, or you can have a standard push to talk that plugs into your headset and into the unit. That way you can be open but only broadcasting when you press the button. And similarly, somebody like a television match official or anybody else that needs to listen in. So in order to set the A350 up, all we do is plug our headset into the port. Now, these are very much more robust than previous versions. They're slightly bigger, but they are better rated for water and dust ingress. And you can get a variety of headsets, such as the acoustic tube with a separate microphone. This one's a over-the-ear with a boom microphone that adjusts as well. So when the headset's plugged in, all we do is we press and hold the power button and the volume up button together till the screen comes on, shows our channel, a signal. It also shows the microphone. That indicates that we're broadcasting. And in the corner, you'll see a very small letter M. That means this is the master unit. And we normally set this one up for the referee. That now is broadcasting all of the time. So the assistant referees then, all they do is pop their headset in as well, press and hold the power button only till the orange screen comes on. You'll see the channel indicator and the signal indicator. That indicates a message is being received from this unit. Now, in order to activate the assistant referee's unit, we just press the silver button. You can see that the microphone symbol comes on, and in your ear, as the assistant referee, you'll hear a small voice saying, "Talk on." Now, we can just leave it like that or use the push to talk if you prefer. In this mode, both of these units are broadcasting simultaneously, and anybody else who joins that network can hear everything that is going on as being said by either of these radios. Now, if I want to have a chat with somebody as an assistant referee behind the post, let's say when a try's been scored, we just want to pass a message on. I may not want to disturb everybody else on the network with that, so I'll just press the silver button, talk goes off, the microphone disappears, I can pass my message on, and then when I'm ready, I can press that again, and now I'm broadcasting live to everybody again. So it has huge benefits, but particularly for refereeing, it helps to engage the match official team. Everybody, it has a say and input in real time. So it assists in that proactive game management, and you can confirm game critical information very quickly indeed. This increases the decision-making process and leads to better decision-making as well. So, for example, we might have seen, or we think we see as a referee, a knock-on or a forward pass. We're not certain. We don't have to push a button. We don't have to wait for an assistant referee to push a button either. What I can just say as the referee, was that forward? And instantly, in a live conversation that we would have around a dinner table, the assistant referee can say yes or no. We can always also use these when we are coaching and developing referees. Now, you may well have seen these ones being used by performance reviewers with referees before, whereby this is broadcasting to the performance reviewer who's noting down the communications that are used. We can use those, but we can't use them for full team of three. We certainly can't use them for duplex. We can use them for team of three if we've got lots and lots of resources and we've got unlimited manpower, really. Whereas these ones can be used for both. So we can have them as team of three, team of four, five, or six. And similarly, we can then say, right, referee, where that the performance reviewer will listen in on this. So it's a much more versatile system. It can be used for both of those. But now, more importantly, in the coaching role, particularly with young match officials or with inexperienced ones, we're finding that coaches are able to use this and give some feedback at downtime throughout the game. It's one thing to say in a review after 80 minutes of playing, okay, you got in the way a couple of times during the game on the pick and go, why was that? And it's hard sometimes for the referee to picture that and to go back. However, a player's down receiving treatment following a small injury, and a coach can simply open the button and say, you're doing well. You're in the way a couple of times on those pick and goes, so how can you work on that? The referee might come back and say, I'll move further away in the defensive line when I think it's a pick and go, or I'll move further behind play and follow play in. And all of that just helps to bolster what the referee is doing, give that referee the encouragement, particularly if it's a difficult game or one of their first few games. So the AXIWI AT-350 really does have a very, very versatile usage within the game of rugby, and that's why we love it so much. So those units that we have seen then, they operate on the 860 megahertz band. That means that they are less likely to experience interference. They have a great 300-meter range as well, and as I've said, with 6 live speakers, weighing only 70 grams, there's no cumbersome bits of kit. Now, each of these has 8 different channels, which means it's ideal if you are running something like a sevens tournament where you have a number of pitches going on. You're not going to get that interference. You could even use them for pitch runners on a separate channel, or for management as well. You know, if you've got a tournament director, they just have this. They can listen very easily to what's going on. They are the one that's always open. But as we use in theatre for stage direction and production, it may always be open, but the director will use the push to talk and only then activate the voice with the push to talk button when they need to. Now, to help with all of that, it has a great 10-hour battery life, and all of the standard headsets that you may have used on similar systems or on the AXIWI AT-320 will fit. I would recommend always going for the branded ones rather than cheap versions. We have tried them, and the quality is so much more superior on the proper headsets. So please make sure that you use real headsets with that.